I very much doubt that he came back to the city just for this.
I put my hands out to placate and say, I gotta check every option. You want me to find your daughter? I gotta ask these questions.
She sighs and it takes a sip of water, and then she nods, not saying anything.
All right, okay. So probably not that angle then. All right.
Ask about her friends.
Yeah, if you could give us a list of friends that she may know things that we can talk to. Or if she's in any clubs or anything like that. Any people that may have an idea where she is.
I'm not sure. That's all very private. I would have to talk to their parents first. I'm not just gonna give out contact information to people I technically don't know. I'm not sure if I should do that.
Sounds like a role.
Yeah. I'm just seeing what I might have.
Yeah, you could try to convince her. Sure, that's another move. Well, we're trying out all the stuff during this conversation.
Right, I'm going to try.
Don't test out combat. No, don't do that.
No, I'm going to try and shock her into giving me the info by basically saying, banging my fist and saying, "Look, lady, for all we don't know what the heck's happened to your daughter out there. You're worrying about people's feelings when someone's life could be on the line. We need this information."
All right.
And I want to use rugged and authoritative.
Rugged and authoritative. Those are excellent choices. Give me 2d6 plus 2.
So that is
9, I think.
9. Yes.
Okay, let me see what you got. Okay, she's a little hesitant. She's like, all right, but I seriously have to talk to their parents first. I'm not just going to give you their phone numbers or anything. I'll get back to you, okay?
Okay, you got my number.
The sooner that happens, the sooner we can get to work.
Yes, I understand.
I guess
with a small smile, Matosa will say, "I won't be doing the talking to the kids, I promise."
But we wouldn't want anybody to get sued. You know how people are these days.
Oh, you're serious? Okay. Yeah. I glad.
She looks a little confused at your laughter.
A giant stack in my inbox of kind of citations and yes. And letters from lawyers about
how dubious your antiques are.
I'm like, oh yeah, that reminds me, and I go over and I start putting them through the shredder.
All right.
Yes. Well, I guess the only other thing we need to discuss is retainer.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean payment?
Yep.
She looks a little hesitant. Well, I'm afraid I'm just. Oh wait, didn't you also want to ask what her background was, or?
Yeah, that's my interest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just quickly give you that one out of character. She's basically a single mom who's working as a nurse to try to support her family. She luckily only has one daughter, and this is, of course, Emily. And she's very worried about her. And middle class.
Okay, I'd like to suggest that the GM makes some sort of roll for her to see how pitiful she seems and how much we take pity.
I'm not gonna roll for that.
I think
the sob story is important in film noir.
No, let me finish, because you were asking about payment, and she's like, "Well, I don't really have that much money to pay you, being a single working mother and all, but I'm sure once you reap some results where the police haven't found anything, the other parents will be more than happy to share to pay their share of the bill."
Is she convincing?
I'll talk to them. That's for you to decide. This isn't that type of game where we decide everything by dice rolls.
Matosis is like...
Well, no, but,
Yeah, Matosis just looks at over like... Yeah, it's not like we It's not like I have anything better to do these days. I can look into it if you want.
Oh,
if you don't
thank
want to take
you.
it.
I sigh and shake my head and we'll work something out.
I swear, if money's the only issue, yes, we can work something out. I mean, the other parents think the police can handle it, but once they see that you're handling it better, they'll be more than happy to pay your bills. I mean, I'm of course going. It's not like I want them to pay everything. I'll just shut up. Don't worry, you'll get paid. Seriously.
He's just.
Well, I'm suddenly making her look shady.
Yeah, no, he just looks at Declan. Just make it pay the standard retainer, and we'll see. I don't think this is going to be one where we have a lot of expenses.
I start laughing again.
And then you look at all your bills.
Everybody.
I know, but I'm trying to play Matosa as someone who's really gruff and antisocial.
Do you know how much we paid just to feed you?
Wow. I think that if Salamander had been here, he'd already have been had rushed out of the door to go look for the daughter.
I kind of feel that the way the morality aspect is situated is Declan is business.
Mm-hmm.
Matos is gruff, angry, but really cares and doesn't want to show it. And then you have Salamander, who's yes!
He's the superhero.
Oh, Declan has the heart of gold. He just takes a bit more convincing with it. He has
Salamander character.
So.
He's suspicious, probably. Always thinks people have an ulterior motive or something.
An angle.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so
I know a bit about.
I have distrustful for my weakness tag. So yes.
Yeah, I have emotional for my weakness tag, so that's why I'm going with this.
Excellent.
So just make it pay a standard retainer, and I'll get on it.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll just basically usher her out and say, if any info you can think of, just send it over.
She
we'll start looking into it immediately.
Did you get her to sign any documents or not?
I think the standard retainer, we probably have a standard paper that says this is the down payment.
That's not Noir. You don't have contracts with Noir. It's word of mouth. And if she doesn't pay, then we
break her legs.
I think we're with the 2016 Noir, where we actually sign papers, but they're just not well written.
I have to admit, I'm honestly impressed that you guys are being so businesslike. I was honestly expecting people to at least try to flirt with her a little.
Well, Mitosis doesn't like to flirt anymore. Constant rejection does that to a man.
Yeah, here's my thoughts with it. I considered it, but then I thought, considering she's crying because of her missing daughter, it was kind of bad taste to try and hit on the woman.
True. Yeah, good point.
It's much better to wait until you save her daughter and then ride the wave of gratitude.
And then ride her, yes.
But it's also a typical Noir thing about an attractive lady coming into an office with a problem and stuff.
Yeah, but in a standard Noir film, you don't have the thing sitting on your chair.
And
it's slobbering time.
It's slobbering time.
Wow.
That's what he said when he saw the attractive lady. It's slobbering time.
Horrible, but hilarious.
Horrible people.
In any case, she then trusts you to take care of the situation, and she leaves, and of course she gives you her contact information, her address, and her phone number.
Right, as soon as she's at the door, he's like, "Well, I ain't going near to that school because I'm going to get thrown in jail."
Yeah, they'll have to make some bigger cells first, guy. Right, I'm going to go over to the big red phone with the glass case on top of it.
You're going to call the mayor?
Pick up the phone.
Yes.
It's the no, I'm calling Salamander.
The Salamander cell phone.
Is it an artifact phone that calls the right number you have in mind without dialing it?
Ooh.
I'm sorry, if you wanted an artifact phone, you would have make that one of your crew tags.
It's a dubious artifact. Sometimes it calls sometimes it calls the electronic hour.
Wow.
Even better. Sometimes it calls your big nemesis.
Or your mother, which is probably the same person.
Your mother-in-law.
I get my cell phone and I press Sal on the phone.
Yeah, the name that he doesn't use. Okay.
You don't go by Salamander?
No. This is noir. This isn't a superhero comic.
It's on your character sheet.
Yeah.
It could be your nickname or something.
All right.
Okay, so what you go by?
Blake.
Blake Blessed.
Yeah.
Okay, BB. I press BB on my phone.
Oh, that's helpful.
Okay.
Greetings! You have reached Blake Blessed. How can I be of service today?
Come to the office, Blake.
Ooh, this is a marvelous turn of events. I wonder what lies in store for me at the office.
I have been summoned
I know that
to the Salamander Mobile.
Yeah,
Indeed, I have been summoned. I will take an hour of lunch and be on my way.
I'm sorry, my colleagues. Duty calls. Salamander away.
jumps in with Chevy Nova and heads over.
Wow.
Otherwise known as the Salamander Mobile.
Later at the office.
The door opens and I stride in.
The whiskey bottle that Mitosis have been drinking is now nearly gone. Hey, Sal.
My name is Blake Blessed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, Sal.
Or you will lose it.
All right, I would like to suggest to Bavo we only refer to him as Sal.
Yes. I think that...
No matter how much he confesses.
Sal A. Mender.
Okay, Sal, take a seat.
I think this is the way this entire group works. We all dick each other constantly.
Who is this incredibly handsome, incredibly amazing person you keep referring to? I do not know this name.
Blake, we got work to do. Missing and he tosses it like he knows that's the only way to get it. He tosses a.
There's a damsel in distress that we need to rescue.
Hark! A damsel in distress? Tell me everything.
Okay, so
Okay, now I think you might be slightly overdoing it. Slightly.
You wanted the ham? Have a whole pig.
You wanted ham, not full Miss Piggy.
Mr. Piggy.
Pigs in space.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
I will snowball this. Oh dear God, it sounded wrong.
Yes. Rule 34 initiated. Anyway, I would like to point out that
farm, by the way.
Back to business, please.
one out of thing. You know, we wanted we might have gone with pig. You're now being the airport where pigs would land if they could fly. So stop it.
It's like if you fed bacon 2 pigs and then ate that meat. That's how hammy you got, really. Cannibal pig.
A regular ham sandwich.
It would be out of. Wouldn't it be
okay.
Oh no! Not a ham sandwich. I'm the whole hog.
The voice out of the sky says, "Get on with it."
And boo to you too, Statler.
Good. Anyway, so he tosses the picture on the table. Missing child, one of many apparently at the local high school. They've been gone missing. Police is on it, but you know how those tosses are.
Missing, you say? What's such a nefarious fate for such a fair maiden?
Blake, tone it the fuck down, will you? I know you like your Excalibur books, but tone it the fuck down. We're supposed to be a serious business here.
Come on, you know Blake's special.
Here's an amateur actor in theater.
I have a thespian.
Okay, we've established that Blake likes playing in amateur theater.
Yeah. Just because just because you like women doesn't make you a thespian. I think that's only women that like women.
No, that's a lesbian.
Indeed. Get your terms straight, my good man. Now, what are we...
That's given.
I'm solely glad this game doesn't have a fate or hero point mechanism or whatever, because I would have been had to hand out too many. Also, these jokes are horrible. I do not want to commend this.
Okay. How about we hit the bricks and we start using our various contacts and skills and asking around?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Indeed. That is a very fine suggestion, my good man.
Okay.
Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, because I was supposed to say this in the beginning. This case is called V is for viral.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh, violence? I'm disappointed.
Viral.
I'm disappointed.
Like the ring.
All right.
Or
Right,
a certain
so what are you
president.
guys doing?
Well,
Looking at my character sheet, of course.
I think my character would like to hit the streets. Question: given that I'm like part of the dregs of society these days, like
Yeah?
I assume that I get along with other, castaways, shall we say?
Sure.
So I would actually. Do I know of any like beggars or hobos who exist in that area around the school?
Why
Or
are
just-
you asking me? Of course you do.
I would like to talk to one of them, like see if he knows anything.
So you're getting the word out on the street or something.
Alright.
All right. Which tags would you... I think that sounds like an investigate. Which tags would you like to use?
Yeah, I don't really have any.
You could just use one of those tags of the strangers.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Since I think Salamander and Declan already have the tags that are appropriate for investigations.
Yeah, I
So
don't have any.
I think you are more likely to need word on the street.
Yeah, I'll use the word on the street then, I think.
Okay. And I'm gonna mark that one off then.
Roland. That's a 7 then.
So
That's a minor
Whoops.
success.
hold on, give me a moment. You'll notice I put like this red little coin thingy next to word on the street, and that means it's been used up.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Got it.
Let's see. You had a 7 in total.
Yes.
Hmm.
I think that's a minor success in most.
Not the best, but it'll definitely get you some info. So,
So I imagine
which one did you spend? Actually, did you just use word on the street? Nothing
I
else?
don't have anything else.
You weren't gonna use X celebrity.
No, because it doesn't make sense for what I'm trying to do.
You could have given it an angle. You could have even used gambling if you wanted, but yeah, you're trying to talk to beggars, so yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on which angle you're trying to use. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else on the fly. So I talked to the old woman who hangs around
Okay.
there with her like broken shopping trolley.
Hold on, give me a moment. Okay,
Well,
okay, I
could you
got
not-
one.
Could you not use X celebrity? Could you not use X celebrity to say kind of like know like you used to be a boxer and they know you about the place?
Ooh.
Too late.
Too late. I didn't think of an angle quick enough, and I like to do these things snappy because otherwise I keep thinking of the optimal solution.
Okay, guys. So yes,
Yes.
you talk to
Yep.
the old lady, and she's like missing people. I've heard that scumbag Stanislav is back in town. You know, he's always involved in human trafficking. I wouldn't be surprised if he kidnapped those kids. Real scumbag he is. No, it's for a good reason they call him Stanislav the Vile.
Do I know this Stanislav?
Looking at your background, you probably haven't. You're not really you're not really into the criminal underground and stuff like that, so yeah.
I am.
So
Another that way.
So yeah, you've heard about a guy called Stanislav, also known as Stanislav the Vile, and he's involved in human trafficking, and he's back in town, and he apparently is docked at the docks with his boat.
Stanislav, eh? All right.
That's what you learned.
I'll look into it. Thanks.
No problem.
Keep safe, all right?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
No, we all. And he kind of lumbers away and he'll text that he does. Boats in town. Some chum called Stanislav the Vile of some sorts.
Wow, now I just imagine him texting like with two big fingers, like fidgeting with the cell phone.
Yeah, that's kind of how he texts. That's why texting takes a long-ass time for him.
Yeah.
We got him one of those old people's cell phones where it has the gigantic buttons.
Ah, yes, of course.
I have a jitterbug. That is so awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so I text that to him. Some bloke at the harbor called Stanislav between brackets the Vile.
I have an idea for looking into Stanislav.
You can just use one of your God damn it, what are they called? I'm being too undescriptive. Not your tags, but your
Weakness?
No. I forget what they're called. One of your Logos teams, because you got Mythos teams and Logos teams. But for instance, just invoke one of your teams. Like, it says Dubious Antique Dealer, Gunslinger, being around.
That was my idea, because basically, and one of my tags is smuggling. So I deal with smugglers. So what I want to do is basically, I want to, because I know people that know people, so I want to get my hands on someone that knows about human smuggling, and I basically want to shake them down.
No need, you've heard of this guy. I'm giving you this for free. Since Mitosis already did the necessary investigation, but he didn't have the right info to accurately interpret the facts, shall we say. But you've heard of him.
Okay.
He's called Stanislav. Come again?
So he's a real piece of slime that deals in people.
Yes. He's called Stanislav Vronsky, a.k.a. Stanislav the Vile, and he's a notorious human trafficker and smuggler. How appropriate, since you're also into smuggling. But he's into a different kind of smuggling. And, he's apparently recently come to the city, and he's involved in human trafficking, so he might be involved in the disappearance of the teenagers.
Right, well, I want to shake down someone to try and find out where I may find Stanislav the Vile.
And
so you flush it down the toilet.
It's actually not hard, which is why I'm not asking for a roll.
Okay.
You could see that guy coming a mile away, just from his cloud of stench alone.
Okay, right, I'm going to basically walk up to the guy, drag him into an alley, and I'm going to pull a gun and stick it under his chin and say...
Wait. Are you gonna try to confront Stanislav?
Oh, actually, Stanislav I can find?
Oh yeah, you know where you were describing how you found the information, was that it?
Oh yeah, it's just there was a confusion.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. I'm completely interrupting you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know where to actually find Stanislav.
Yes. I'm just saying the information is not hard to find.
Does he have bodyguards or anything, or is he just by himself?
Of course he's got bodyguards.
That you're not certain of. If you want to learn things like that, that'll involve an investigation. This is just things you knew off the top of your head because you've heard of him.
All right. Well, I'll call in the guys just in case things get hot and heavy.
All right. Mm-hmm. Did Salamander want to do anything before things get hot and heavy?
Yes, indeed. For I am an official city official. Perhaps I can...
You're a sewer worker.
Actually, I work in the city water works department. That is different.
Of course.
Yes. So I want to use that to see if we can find a legitimate excuse to look around at the school.
Oh.
Yes, I can use that and snooping around and perhaps
you could always say
charming.
like, "Oh, water leak! I have to go deal with it." Or
Yes,
your school
indeed.
could get damaged.
Indeed, we wouldn't want the children to be affected to these very dangerous molds now. Molds now, do we?
No, you should see what the molds did to my buddy.
Oh yes, indeed. He's never been the same ever since.
All right, so tell me what exactly you're doing. So that is your angle for getting into the school. What do you do when you get at the school?
If I brought myself in there, well, I know the
It's not exactly a highly secure compound. It's not that hard to get in, which is why I'm not asking for any kind of roll.
I'm going to do my best snooping around. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do my best snooping around, using a little bit of charm, out of a desire to truly do some good, to figure out in what if the kids are all from the same class, what connects them, find out more about the missing kids.
All right, so you're gonna actually talk to some kids.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be an investigation. Which tags would you like to use?
Snooping, charming, and truly wants to do good.
You could also use handsome even, but you want to do good, so yeah.
Yeah.
Handsome could also work.
Yeah, well...
I mean, these are teenagers after all.
Okay, I'll choose handsome instead of charming.
Okay, give me 2d6 plus 3.
Even though you're an old dude to them.
Yeah, true, but still.
Hey, he could be like in his early 30s.
One moment. Learning how to roll dice.
Just drag over them. Yeah, there you
go. 7 plus 3 is 10, right?
That's a very good roll. You can get to ask teenagers 3 questions.
Well, what is my first question? Of course. Say, I've heard this rumor about kids disappearing from the school. That's rather disturbing. Do you know, per any chance, if these children all had the same background? What was linking them?
All right. So, you use your charms to chat up an impressionable teenage girl, and she's apparently...
Throbbing, yes.
Well, yeah, sort of.
There's missing teenagers, and then there's this grown man chatting up a girl in the school. I think you're going to get arrested.
Well, not chatting up, just being, me.
Well,
awesomely.
She's like reacts a little bit bashfully, and she's like, yeah, they I heard about some kids going missing, but some of them came back.
That is interesting. Which kids returned from being missing?